Good morning, children. Had your breakfast? Yeah, I hope you all are fine. Eat healthy food. Now, in the last class, we have discussed about the branches of mathematics, that is arithmetic, algebra, and geometry. We studied about arithmetic. Arithmetic means we are going to study about the numbers, and the algebra means where we are going to use alphabets to do rules and laws. Right. So, in this class, we are going to learn about geometry. Right. What do you mean by geometry? First we will know from where does this word come. So this word geometry came from the Greek word where this is divided as a two words, geo and metry. Okay, geo means, as you all know, it is a earth. Metry means it's a measurement. Okay, so geometry means it's a branch of mathematics concerned with the properties and relations of points, lines, surfaces and solids. In the last class we had learned that chapter known as basic geometrical ideas, practical geometry, right? What you all had learned in that class chapter, that is lines, line angles, triangles, quadrilaterals, right? These many things you had learned in the last class. So you know what do you mean by geometry. So just we will recall what you had learned in the last class, which will be needful for you in the next 7th standard. So geometry means it consists of the first point is point. So do you know what do you mean by point in geometry? The point means it's nothing but a dot. Okay, it is a dot. It doesn't have any sides. Clear? So whatever we are going to represent it by a dot. So what we are going to represent using this dot or point is nothing but lines. Okay, lines means what? Generally you all will say lines means drawing one line, right? But in mathematics the lines means which are made up of points and are straight. Okay, when you are drawing a line in geometry, see, just you will draw a line where this line will be ended with a arrow mark. Okay, which ending with arrow mark means you can extend this line. It's not like end point. Okay, after drawing a line you will draw mark with 2 points. That is, either you can take any points x and y. Okay, so this arrow marks ends it, you can extend the line still more. So how we are going to represent this line? That is, you will write out like xy and both that you will write like this. Like this you are going to represent it. Clear? And also you can represent, if for example I give this line as n. From here to here it is line n. How you are going to represent? See, n line. Clear? So line ones are made up of points and are straight. It will be straight. The lines will be not like this or like this. It will be straight. Always will be denoted with these two arrows at the ends, and it will be marked with the point or dot. And you should give name. Don't forget to give name. Whenever you are drawing, just give any name. N. After giving, just write down here N. So that no need to write in a sentence. Line MN. Instead of that, writing line MN, you can denote it like this also. Clear? So lines means which are made up of points and will be straight. Now next, after lines, segments. There is a difference between lines, segments, line segments. These three are not same. Line is different, segment is different, line segment is different. Clear? So what do you mean by segments? Segments means which are made up of points and are straight, same as lines. But the difference between lines and segments is here, you can see here two end points. Right? They are denoted by points. But in lines, how we are drawing? We are drawing and marking with the arrows at the last. Right? Here at the beginning, at the end, arrows are there, and then we are going to mark it like this. This is lines. This is segment. Can you just see the differences between the lines and the segment? See, here no arrows are there. It means you can't extend the lines. Only this much will be the line segment. For example, 7.5 centimeter. Clear? You can measure this segment. You can't extend this line. But coming from this lines, you can extend. Clear? So segments are also made up of points and are straight. But where it will be having the beginning point and the end point. Clear? It will be having the beginning point and end point, and we can measure it. Right? So this is coming to the segments. Now you know lines, segments. So we will learn what do you mean by rays. Rays means you all know a light rays, like that you are missing. Here in maths, what do you mean by ray means a ray differs from line or segment. Right? It differs from line or segment. So line is different, segment is different, ray is different. How it is different? Where it begins an end point and then extends infinitely. I said, if the arrow mark is there, means what it does it mean? It can extend. It can extend. And one direction only, not in different directions. Only in one direction it can extend. But it will be having a starting point, where you will be not having the end point. If you want, you can still extend. For example, if the line is there, means if I mark the arrow, if the beginning point is there, means it is a ray. Clear? It is a ray. Now, for example, I name it here X and Y. How we are going to denote this as ray? We will denote it as X, Y, like this. One side arrow. When it is a line, it will be like this. When it is a segment, it will be only the line, bar. You are going to call it as a bar or line. Clear? Now you know line, segments, rays. Right? So now you will learn angles. Okay, now you will learn what you mean by angles. So angles means what? You know about lines. Right? Lines know, you know about segments. Now, two segments also join together to form a common angle that we are going to call here as C. Your common point can be done. Right? This is a common point. So where a common point will you form? At that time you will form an angle. Right? That is an angle. So angles means it's made up of two rays with a common point. Rays means what I said. It will be having the beginning point. Where it will be not having any point, we can extend it. Right? We can extend it. So it is made up of two rays. It is made up of two rays where we will get a common point. And here we are going to call this common point as vertex. It is called as vertex. Clear? Understood? Now you know what you mean by ray, line, segments. Now I will ask you one question. See, I have given you a figure. You all can see this figure now. See here. A, O, P, Q, C. Right. Now I will ask you the question. Now you know what do you mean by line, what do you mean by ray, what do you mean by segments. Clear? So first question is, can you identify the line here? Just check. Can you identify the line? So which is the line here? Just see there. So line is from, what do you mean by line? What do you mean by line? I say. See here. What do you mean by line? It's made up of points and are straight. That will be, it will be having two arrows. That is at the beginning point and at the end point. So in this figure, which is having the two side arrows here and which will be straight. Keep that in your mind. The line will not be in this direction. It can't be like this or like this. It will be straight. So which line is straight here? The line from here to here. That is a straight line, right? So you got the line now. How you are going to name it? How you are going to name it? As these 2 points are the end points. So you can name it as either Q. See, your Q is there and your what I named it? B. When I am naming to show that it is like what I should denote, it should be denoted by like this. The bar with 2 arrows. Or also I can write like this line as B, Q. Okay. The line from Q to B or B to Q is same. Right. If I say the line measures Q to B is 5 cm means from B to Q also will be 5 cm only. So either if I write Q to B or B to Q it's same. But this should be correct. If its line is 2 arrows. Clear? Now you identify line. Now where is the rays? Rays means what? Where you are having the beginning point, the end point will be infinite. Right? Infinite means we can extend it. So where is the ray here? See, beginning point. Where is the ray? Here one ray is there. 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 Right. So from here to here one ray. Here to here one ray. Here to here one ray. Here to here comes one ray. So which are the rays now? From here to here we will name it as O, B. Rays are denoted by a like this. Only one side arrow mark. Next one ray is over. Next from here to here is O, C. Okay, O, C. Next is, see here 2 points are there. P is there and Q is there. So I can write it 2 points. O, P and O, Q. Clear? I can't write this because they are not given any name for this. So this is not a ray or anything. Clear? But come see here now. I said I can write this as either QB or BQ. You can ask me the question. Ma'am, I have written here OB. Can I write this as BO? Can we write this as BO? No, we can't write it. Just think it. Why we can't write it as BO? Can you all think it? Why means, as I said, it will be having the beginning point, where it will be not having the end point. So this is the beginning point, you will denote it by O itself only. You can't write it as BO. Clear? Got it? So this is rays, which is line, which is ray. Now we will identify which are the line segments. Right? What do you mean by line segments? I said line segment will be having 2 points. Right? One is beginning point, another one is end point. And we can measure it. It is measurable. So here where you can see 2 points here. 1 point, 2 point. So that is one line segment. Here again 1 point, 2 point. This is one more line. This is one line. This is one line segment. From here to here again. This is one line segment. Again from here to here. This is one line segment. So how many line segments are there? 4 line segments. Yeah. So which are those 4 line segments? First is O to P. How we are going to represent this O to P, the line segment, only with the bar. No arrows. If 2 arrows are there, means what it indicates? It is a line. If one-sided arrow indicates rays. Right. Now one line is OP. Next is OQ. OQ. Next is OC. OC, and this is OB. Keep that in your mind that you always will denote with this bar. Right? When you are writing, you have to denote always with this bar. Yeah. So the line is OP, OQ, OC, OB. As I said, this is measurable. You can write it reverse also. That is BO or like this, BO. Yeah. OP also can be written as PO. Because it is a measurable. So either from distance O to P is 5 cm means P to O also will be 5 cm. Clear? Now, for example, in the same distance only, if I ask where are the angles formed, can you all just identify where angle can be formed? See here, 2 common points. See here. This is one ray, this is one ray. So it is meeting at a common point. So what they are getting here? Here we are going to get angle. Here also one ray is there and here also one ray. So 2 rays meet and form a point where we get angle. So here also one angle. So here also one angle, angle A. So here also one angle B. So here also one angle, angle C. Right. So these are the angles. Now in these angles, for example, I give you some name. How we are going to name the angle? Right, beautiful, as you said, name for line segments, rays. Same way there is naming for this also. For example, usually we will take this common vertex as O. You can take with any names, it's not the rule like you should take with the O. I give it as A and give this as B. Clear? So where the angle is forming, the angle is forming at vertex, that is O here. So, how we are going to name this angle or represent this angle instead of the statement, right? Instead of the statement, we can measure like angle O. I will take this as like 35 degree. So, angle O equals 35 degree. Not only with this name I can represent the angle, or else also say AOB, angle 35 degree. Understood? How we are going to represent the angle? Either you can represent it like this or like this, but keep that in your mind. Always this point will be here in the middle, where this middle point will represent the point of vertex where the angle is forming. Clear? I take one more example. See, this is an angle where you can see either let's say 45 degree, and I gave this as S, where this point as P, where this point as Q. Now can you name the angle where? Can you name the angle? Just think. So the angle can be formed at where? Angle S. Angle S equals 45 degree. The other way to represent is angle P S, then next point Q equals 45 degree, or also can be represented as Q S P equals 45 degree. Clear? How we are going to name the angles? Right. So this is the way to represent the angles. Now you know what you mean by angle, line, rays, line segments and everything. So in the previous classes we had learned about polygons. Right? We had learned about the polygons. What do you mean by polygon? What do you mean by polygon? So the polygon is nothing but where based on the number of sides they are given some names. Right? As you all know, if there are 3 sides, what are you going to name that polygon? What are you going to name that polygon? Recall it. If there is 3 sides, there is 3 sides, we are going to name this polygon as triangle. Okay, triangle. Now, if it is 4 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to call it as a square or quadrilateral. Okay? Square or quadrilateral. There are other forms of this 4 sides too. This is for your extra information. See, you can see this. This you all have already seen. Now, what we are going to call this as parallelogram. This also includes how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. Apart from this, one more is there. What is this? This is also having 4 sides. Can you say it is a square or a quadrilateral or a six parallelogram? No. This is also a separate name that is called as trapezium. This is called as trapezium. And there is a property why we are going to call it as a trapezium, why we are going to call it as a parallelogram, why this is a square, and from this we all know this is a rectangle. I think you all know the differences between the square and the rectangle, right? Why we are going to call this as a square, this is a rectangle. So the same wise, there is a difference between trapezium and parallelogram if they have 4 sides also. What is the difference between the square and the rectangle? What is the difference between square and rectangle? In square, all the sides will be equal, right? If this will be 5 centimeter means you are also 5, you are also 5, and you are also 5. When coming to the rectangle, opposite sides will be equal. This is 5 means this will be 5. This will be 2 means this will be 2. Like the same wise, this trapezium and parallelogram also have different properties we are going to learn in this academic year. Clear? Now you know about the 4 sides. Now, what are you going to call for the 5 sides? That is pentagon. See here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So 5 sides means pentagon. Next, 6 means this is 5. 6 means hexagon. What are you going to call? Hexagon. If it is 7, heptagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 sides means heptagon. Right. Now what do you call for 8 sides? Just recall it. What do you call for 8 sides? For 8 sides we are going to call it as an octagon. Clear? Octagon. Repeat after me now. Octagon. Clear? So for 8 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Octagon. What do you call for now 9 sides? You all only will answer me. Okay, what do you call for 9 sides? Just think. So decagon is for 10 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 sides is for decagon. Clear? So you know what do you mean by line, what do you mean by line segments. Then rays, how the angles will be formed, when the angles will be formed, when two rays meet at a common point. What are you going to call the common point? Vertex. And how we are going to represent the line segment, rays, then angles. But I'll ask you now, what does this indicates? What does this indicates? You all will answer the last, I will not answer. Then what does this indicate? With the one-sided arrow means. What does this indicate? This indicates lines. This indicates rays. This indicates line segments. Clear? This indicates angle. Understood? So you have learned about these many things. So we will continue in the next class. Thank you, children.